Hey everybody, it's Justin Jenkins coming to you from Legato Financial Group. Sitting here with my good friend Colin Lineberger from the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. Us here at Legato Financial, we've decided that we want to start really working with different organizations, and we have chosen to work with Colin and the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation for some specific funding. So I want to just kind of bring him on, introduce himself, and introduce his organization and what they're really doing. So Colin, why don't you just tell everybody what is the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation and what is your all's mission?
So the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation is a veteran-founded and run nonprofit organization. Our mission is to improve the well-being, health, and the resilience of our nation's Gold Star families, veterans, and service members. We do this through strategic engagements, retreats, and events. What we're trying to do is promote a concept called community healing, where you bring these communities together, allow them to network, remind each other of that there is hope out there, that it's an event that they can look forward to. So you're instilling a new sense of purpose in these folks. And with the ultimate goal of combating suicidal ideation and post-traumatic stress within these military communities. Okay. Our organization, like I said, is veteran founded and run. Everyone in the organization is either a Global War on Terrorism, GWOT combat veteran, or is one person removed directly related to a service member. So we all have skin in the game. Yeah. And we all, this mission is deeply connected to who we are as individuals.
Got it. So, okay. Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about how did you guys start this organization? How did this kind of all transpire from nothing to what it is today?
So everyone, the CEO, his name is Mike Duty, and myself, we served together. We deployed multiple times to Afghanistan together. We stayed in touch over the years. We've both since gotten out. And he runs a successful personal training business up in New York. But we stayed in touch and constantly in contact, talking. And when the Afghan withdrawal happened in August of 2020, we were going through it emotionally, and because it was all the blood spilled, all the the deployments and the time that we spent in that country, to see it all just kind of collapse. And a lot of us were stuck wondering, what was it all for? And we knew that if we were feeling this way, and we had gone on to be successful, how are the folks that are feeling this way if maybe they didn't go on to civilian life and have the same level of success? Mm-hmm. So we were worried that those folks would be listless and missionless and kind of questioning their service. Okay. So we wanted to form an organization and put this organization together to kind of answer those questions for them and give them a network and remind them that what you did was honorable. Mm-hmm. And that conversation kind of morphed into the foundation that we are today.
Great. So that's phenomenal. I love hearing about that. Really love understanding what you guys are doing. And then I think it's extremely important to highlight the fact that it's all veteran, ran. Like every one of you guys know exactly what, someone in need, in just like you said, in Afghanistan, exactly what those guys are feeling, and exactly what they need and how to help them. So I think that's amazing. I'm really excited to be able to work with you guys. Now, what kind of led us to reach out to you guys was several things. And I think it's important for everyone to know as well, all of our clients and everyone that follows us, is that we were feeling really compelled to do something with our current situation that's going on over in Ukraine. We were watching this. I'm seeing it on TV every day, just like the whole world is seeing it. And so at Legato Financial, we thought, what in the world can we do? I obviously cannot, strap up and head over to Ukraine. But I thought maybe we could help financially a little bit. So we started researching and looking for different foundations, and we ended up running across the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. And it works out really, really well for us because Colin is actually right here in Elizabethtown. So this is where our home office is, in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And we were able to connect with Colin. We go back, we're friends for many years now. And he's also friends with our operations director, Austin Todd, which you guys all know, or most of you all know. And so we were able to pull all this together and really work with Colin, because they right now are working with some families over in Ukraine and trying to bring some relief and some help. So Colin, why don't you tell everybody what it is that you're doing currently for Ukraine and how that's kind of transpiring?
Absolutely. So because we are veteran founded, and I think if you probably add up all the deployments that our staff has, it's probably 15 deployments to Afghanistan and Iraq altogether, 9 months a pump. So that's a lot of time spent overseas. And because of that, we understand the first and second order effects of war and prolonged conflict. So we're looking at what's going on in the news. And obviously, we're right there with you. Some of us would much prefer to strap up and go over there, and but that's just not our mission right now, and that's not within our capacity. So we said, hey, what can we do within our capacity, within our resources to help? So what we've done is identified at this time, six Ukrainian refugees who we're going to help with the visa and asylum application process. We're going to house them temporarily in Poland until the U.S. opens its borders to asylum seekers from Ukraine, because right now they currently are not. We're going to work with a pro bono immigration lawyer to help advise this process, but it takes funds to put them up in temporary lodging in Poland, from which they can safely go through this application process. Okay. And we need, they left everything they had. Their house was hit and bombed, so that they literally, with the clothes on their back and some jackets, they ran out the door carrying their kids.
Wow.
Yeah, so they don't have anything. So these people require, life essential items, food, clothing, shelter, and safe lodging from which they can safely apply, for asylum. And also, we're going to try when and if they do get to the United States, we're going to pay for their travel, because they do have family members here in the States that are saying, "Hey, I'm opening my door to my family members," but it's a political process right now. We're kind of just waiting on the government to do what we think is the right thing.
Wow.
But all of the funds, and I will like to say this, that we are, no one in my foundation takes a salary. So all the donations, all the funds goes towards our cause.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so we're trying to help in the best way that we can. And every day we're opening to more Ukrainian refugees. Right now we're working with 6, but it could be 10, it could be 20. So we're going to help, as long as this prolonged conflict goes on, we're going to be here to help.
Okay, great. So what we decided to do for all of our Legato Financial family members and everyone that's a part of our organization, clients and even people that are not clients, we decided that we really wanted to be able to give as much money as possible to their foundation. We ended up setting a target goal of $10,000. So we're trying to raise $10,000 to get it over to the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation so that they can help these families. And as Colin said, starting with 6 right now, it might be 10, it might be 15, it might be 20. It all depends on how much funds we can really raise. So what we have decided to do in the process, the way that we're able to do this, is we have formulated a little link on our website where you can go to legatofinancial.com, go to a link where it actually is a support link. You can click on that link. Whenever you do that, you're going to be asked to put in your name, your phone number, and your email address. When you do that and you submit it, we are going to donate $50 on your behalf to the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. We're going to do that all the way up to $10,000. And so we're really excited about being able to give them this amount of money. This is a big deal for Legato Financial Group. We're not a monstrous company. We are small. We're family ran. So $10,000 is a big deal for us, but we're really excited to be able to do it. We think that Colin and his organization is going to be the one that's best to use this. And like he said, I wanted to make sure that we point out the fact that he mentioned that none of these guys are taking a salary. This is 100% of these dollars go right to the cause. So we're going to be able to do this for them, and we know, and every one of our everyone that helps us donate is going to know that the dollars are going right to these Ukrainian families. So we're really excited about that. So Colin, one question that I have for you, and I want to make sure that we understand as well, is that we are gifting, or we're trying to raise a pretty large goal for you guys, large for us anyways. Is that 100% going to go to the Ukraine support, or are there future missions that this maybe go to as well, or what does that kind of breakdown look like?
So the Ukrainian families that we're currently working with, we're getting into Poland. Once we get them in a more permanent lodging, accommodation, from which they can safely apply for asylum, and we can get them, supplied with life-sustaining items, that mission will essentially wrap up, because this Ukrainian mission is a deviation from our traditional mission, which is to mitigate suicidal ideation and post-traumatic stress with one of our nation's service members, veterans, and Gold Star families. So if some of those funds, if that family can be in a safe location, and we're working that, concurrently, some of those funds may be allocated to our next mission, which is the Ultimate Sacrifice Warrior Ride, which is a coast-to-coast from Boston, Massachusetts to Coronado, California, bicycle ride. And the ride is going to be conducted, it's 3,700 miles long, and it's going to be conducted in order to raise awareness regarding our organization and our mission set, and to bring the effects that post-traumatic stress and suicidal ideation has in the veteran's mindset to the forefront of the public, of the public's collective mindset. And so I don't want to call it a stunt or publicity stunt, because that's not what it is, because the person doing the ride is one of my old soldiers who suffers some of these things himself, post-traumatic stress, suicidal ideation. So this is going to be a healing journey for him. Okay. He's going to do the ride himself, 3,700 miles. You can follow it on social media, Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. You can find it on our website, ultimatesacrificefoundation.org, and you can watch his progress from Boston all the way to Coronado. We're going to host events along the way.
Okay.
And on the end of this, whatever funds we raise during this event is going to be used to sending struggling service members and veterans to inpatient and outpatient facilities that deal with behavioral health and addiction. So all the funding that we raise for this is going to basically put these guys on scholarship in a medical treatment facility that's going to help them get to the help they deserve, essentially.
That's pretty amazing. That is amazing, Colin. I'll tell you, when you started to say a bike ride, I was thinking maybe motorcycle, and I thought maybe I could participate. But I don't think I can participate in the bicycle.
Pedaling for 3,700 miles. I'm happy
that's
I don't
amazing.
want any part of it.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, and a lot of our clients will know this. Cindy in our office, she's a avid cyclist, so maybe we can get her in a section of that. That might be kind of fun. So no, this has been great. I really appreciate you coming in today, talking to us about this. A couple things I want to mention is that, again, we are going to donate on your all's behalf. All you got to do is go online, put your name, email, and phone number in the link. It's going to be attached to this video as well. So you just have to put that information in. We're going to donate $50 on your behalf. We really want to hit this $10,000 goal for these guys. And additionally, I want to mention that we're not asking anyone to do this by any means, but if anyone feels compelled to give more than the $50 that we're giving on your behalf, you can definitely do that. You'll just want to go to the ultimatesacrificefoundation.org website, and you can go in there and you can donate. And also, they sell these shirts on their site as well. So Colin was kind enough to bring me one today, but you could do that. And Colin, I'm assuming that all the money that's raised from your merchandise sales online, it just all goes right back to the mission.
It goes right back into the mission that we're executing.
Perfect. Okay, so I think that's all we have for you today. We're so excited to do this. Thank you for your time of watching this, and please just go to that link, fill it out, and so we can get some money over to these guys and help these Ukrainian families. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.